I used to wrestle at 89 pounds my sophomore year of high school, and these workouts that I'm doing now completely transform my body. Now I'm a $180, I feel great, and honestly, I do push-pull legs and try to hit around 5 times per week. So if you're on the slimmer side, these type of workouts are really gonna help you in the rep ranges that I use to put on a lot of muscle. So let's get right into it. We're hitting back and biceps today. The first exercise I start out with is pull-ups. I usually do weighted pull-ups. I strap around a 45-pound plate to me and then try to get around 5 to 6. But right now we don't have any weight belts, so let's get right into it. So I'm just gonna aim for around 10. And the beautiful thing about pull-ups is that once you start getting very comfortable with your body weight, you can start strapping weight to yourself. And there's no better way to grow your back. I mean, pull-ups just hit everything that you need. And the closer the grip, the more it targets your forearms as well as your mid-back. But when you get wider, it's really gonna hit those lats really nicely. So usually I do 3 sets. So that was set number 1. So I'm gonna do 2 more. Like I said, I used to wrestle at 89 pounds my sophomore year of high school. I was the smallest kid on the wrestling team, just overall, honestly, in my grade. And it wasn't until I was 18 until I hit my growth spurt. And now, when I go back to my hometown, it's like I look really solid compared to a lot of the kids that I went to high school with. And so my point for you, maybe watching this right now, is if you're not where you want to be in your life, just continue to put in the work. Little by little, it's going to compound, and over the years, you're going to get to where you are. But just, be mindful of the information that you're consuming, as well as just stay consistent, stay disciplined, and you're going to change your life. So let's head into the next exercise. One of my favorite tools that I use are these fat grips right here that go around your dumbbell. And so this makes it a lot more challenging to hold on to when you're doing hammer curls or any sort of, grip work. But they're gonna blow up your arms and make it look, honestly, that much thicker and better. So I usually aim for around 6 to 8, depending on how heavy things are. And the thing with the fat grips is it actually doesn't allow you to go super heavy on them because you're so focused on basically making sure that you can grip it properly. And it takes so much out on your forearms. But when you do get a heavier weight without the fat grips, it actually just feels a lot lighter. So I'm going up 5 pounds now. So these are 45s. And again, you're aiming for 6 to 8. One of the biggest problems that I had before when I was hitting the gym was I actually wasn't going heavy enough. I was just doing enough to get a little bit of a workout, but I wasn't pushing myself with the weights as much because I was afraid of getting injured. But one of the things is you want to find that balance between, not getting injured, but at the same time giving yourself a proper workout to the point that your muscles are stimulated and they're breaking down and then they're rebuilding. So this right here, obviously the lat pull down machine is supplementary to basically the pull-ups that you can do. So if you can do pull-ups, obviously you can do lat pull downs with some pretty good weight on them. But basically retract your shoulder blades and pull. Pull. Again, we're aiming between 6 to 8. If you're gonna go heavier, I would go closer to 6. But yeah, the goal is to get a good workout in, make sure your lats are engaged, and just really making sure that you're pulling with your elbows as much as possible. Your hands are hooks anytime you're doing back, and your elbows are really what's driving, the weight back. So just something to be mindful for as you're training your back. And now we're on to rows. Obviously right now I'm in my apartment gym, so it's okay, it's not everything, it's not a Gold's gym, but it still gives you what you need. But usually I try to aim for about 8 exercises, and I always finish off with calves because whenever you're wearing shorts, your calf muscles are the most visible. Obviously so are your legs, right? But your calf muscles in particular, so I always try to overstimulate those. But let's get right into it. That was 225 pounds. That's as much as this goes. But right now we're basically trying to hit around 6 to 8 reps, 3 sets for every single exercise that we do. So one of the most visible muscles is your neck. So when it comes to basically training your neck, there's a few ways to do that. One, I have this thing called the iron neck. Basically like strap this kind of like a bungee cord to basically a doorway, and then you just, you pull back, you step back as much as possible, and you twist. But another good way to do this, that's going to target your traps as well, and even a little bit of your mid back, is going to be just shrugs, classic shrugs. And what I like to do is grab a heavy weight and put one foot in front of the other and bring back. So it's really bring back and then up. So bring back and up. So this is a great way, like I said, to really grow your neck. Like your neck is like a really masculine muscle. And you'll notice like guys that are in shape typically have a good neck. But the thing is, if you have, let's say, like really wide lats and just like big broad shoulders, big legs and just a tiny neck, you'll see it looks really weird. You'll start paying attention to it. But also the thing about having a big neck is you can take a good shot. When it comes to MMA, you can take a shot if you're playing football. You can take a shot, obviously knock on wood, but if you're in a car accident, like your neck is like a big shock absorber. The thing that gives people concussions is the whiplash. A lot of times when it comes to like certain car accidents or getting hit. And so if you can maintain a strong neck, you'll be in a better place than obviously if you weren't. So basically this is number 6. We've got bicep curls now. Then we've got 2 more exercises, but really it's back focused and traps focused, but we still want to incorporate to get some juicy arms. So these are just standard bicep curls with the fat grips. Again, you want to make sure that you're going a little bit lighter with the weight because the fat grips really, work out your forearms. They really get them juicy. And here you're aiming for mainly 8, I would say. Any type of isolation stuff, you can stick to the 6 to 8, but I like to go a little bit higher for some of these where we twist a little bit more to target that bicep in there. So before we go on to calf raises, this right here is one of my favorite exercise tools. This is the TRX machine, and I absolutely love it. And I feel like it's super underutilized, especially in the bodybuilding world. I don't see many people use this. I think they think this is like, not gonna put on muscle and not gonna grow you. But honestly, this is really gonna stimulate a lot of the muscles and hit a lot of spots in your back, whatever else you're working on that, traditional dumbbells are gonna have a hard time hitting because really this right here is engaging the core. So what I like to do is I like to do the Ys with these. So I'll just go up like this. And this right here, I feel it in my neck, my traps. Like this is right here, like really gonna blow up and make your traps look like cobra traps. Like here. And so really I'm aiming for 8. And this is like really difficult, especially if you don't have good core strength. Which I understand probably why a lot of bodybuilders don't want to do this. But yeah, right here, so we're doing 3 sets, 8 reps. Really try to squeeze at the top, making sure that you're triggering your traps so that you're growing them. And now the final exercise that we have is standing calf raises, and it's gonna be 1 leg at a time. So basically I take a 50-pound dumbbell, you can take more, you can take less, and then I have a fat grips right here. So basically I hold on to it, hold on to something, and I raise up 1 leg at a time. And I'm really aiming for it to go slow and steady, and we're going for 8. Switch, and again, 3 sets. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this kind of helped you understand that, hey, listen, this took me 30 minutes. So this was a pull day. This was my full pull day. So I hope you understand that, like, I'm doing this while I'm shooting content and while I'm working and running my social media agency. So there's like a lot that goes into my schedule. I'm busy. The point here is if I can do it, then you could absolutely do it. And even if you're busier than me and doing a million other things, I'm sure you can absolutely find time in order to hit the gym And hopefully this helped you, the rep ranges, the exercises that you need to do in order to basically get bigger, get stronger, and for your pull days. So let me know what kind of content that you guys want to see. Comment below. Do you want to see more business stuff? Do you want to see more social media marketing? Do you want to see more fitness and self-improvement? Comment that below. That's really going to help me understand what kind of content to create. I'll catch you guys next time, and thank you for the support.